Hi everybody, this is John with Envision. Thanks for tuning in. I've got a fun tutorial for you today. If you're like me, no doubt you're fascinated with all that's going on around Wall Street bets, where retail investors around the world are trying to take down some of the large hedge funds which have shorted stocks. And so what I thought we would do is create a fun backpack, or more likely a keychain tag. Here you can see I've got an example to commemorate the event. You can actually just even take the icon here, the logo here, and actually incorporate it in some other things. I've got kind of some ideas I might post a little bit later around what you can do. So it'll be a fun one. I'm going to do it rather quick, and so I have another tutorial that you can follow along to learn how to do Tinkercad, which is a 3D modeling, 3D design program. So I'm just going to more or less give you the measurements and show you the steps and take it from there. So first thing that we're going to do is, and I've already done this, so I suggest you go and do this. You go and find a few images that you want to import. And first, most of the time you'll find these images as a JPEG, or you'll find them as a PNG. And so in order to import them into Tinkercad, and I'll just whip over to my other one here. What you need to do is they need to be in an SVG format. So there's a lot of online programs to convert a PNG or a JPEG into an SVG. Onlineconvert.com, it's online-convert, I believe.com is the web address. But there's others, as I said. I won't go through that. You can watch one of my other tutorials to do that. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import a couple of SVG files. So I've already converted a few of them. So we've got a diamond that we want. We've got the Wall Street Bets logo. We've got a rocket for to the moon. And so I'm just going to import these SVGs. And I liked when I'm importing them to scale them down a little bit so that they fit on the screen. So I'm just importing the logo here. Just takes a second. And I'm going to make this one, for the moment, about 3 millimeters high. My tag is going to be 3 millimeters high. And so I'm just going to do that right now. I'm just going to place it over to the side. I'm going to import a couple of others. I've got the to the moon. I think this is the one here. Yep. And I want this rocket here to be about 7 by about 7. I can resize it a little bit later, but for now it's a little bit smaller, as you can see. Maybe make that 3 high. Move that over here. Import. And again, your choice around what you want to, here's my diamond, want to have as part of your design. And so our diamond here needs to be about 9 or 10. And so I'm just going to import that. And then we'll get to designing. So this is a little tip that I have here. I like designing in light colors. I just find it easier to see everything. And I'm going to turn these lighter, and that way it'll probably be a little bit easier for you all to see when I start putting them on our designs. Okay, so because of our design here, it'll actually print. I think if I look here, everything is attached, right? And that's one of the things when you're 3D printing, is that if there is kind of something as a little island, say there was a mouth here at one point, right, in another one of the designs that I had, when you 3D print that, that's going to fall off, right, unless you have a backing. But right now, this looks like actually it turned out quite well when we converted the file into an SVG. It looks like there's everything's contiguous there, so I'm happy with how that turned out. So now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a base. And so I want something a little bit smooth. So I'm going to go in and look for a shape generator, and I'm going to use the softbox here because I like rounded edges. And you'll see that we can make quite a nice design. Again, I'm going to make this 3. I'm going to make this here a lighter color. Actually, I'll use this color so everybody can see it. And in terms of dimensions, this is a little bit of your own experience and choice around how big you want to make it. But I'm going to make this one 65 by, let me see, about 47 should work. Now, I want to fill in the inside here because, as you'll see in a moment, I'm going to have a backpack tag with a little bit of a ridge. And I'll just do this, move this over here quick, make this one 3. And I'm just going to use this here to fill in everything. That looks pretty good. I'm going to group this here. Boom, just like that. Okay, nice and seamless here. This is 3. I'm going to make a copy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the second one into a hole. I always like to make it a little bit larger so I can see as I position things around. Now I want a 1.5 millimeter edge all around. So I'm actually going to take 3 away from all of each of the dimensions here. So I'm going to take 3 away from 47, which will give me 44. And then I'm going to take 3 away from 65, which will give me 62. And I'm just going to then center this, as you'll see. Use my align tool. Boom, boom here. That looks good so far. Okay, I'm happy with that. Then what I want is about 1 millimeter as a base underneath. So I'm just going to grab a little handle to adjust the height here. And I'm going to move that about 1 millimeter off. And once I go and group this, you'll see that I have a nice edge. And so we make a lot of backpack chains and other types of tags at the studio. We do this a lot with the kids, and it's very easy to do. They love it because they can put it on their backpack and that. But of course, today we're going to do something for adults so they can put it on their keys or their briefcase, perhaps, if they want to do something like that. Okay, so I've got this design. Looks pretty good. I'm going to now make a spot over here for us to have a metal ring. Again, from experience, I'm going to make this about 9 and 9, and I will make this 3, so it's going to be flush. I'm also, and just for the moment, I'm going to turn it a lighter color so that as I move things around, we can you guys can see a little bit easier. I'm going to make this hole here, I'm going to make it 6 by 6. I'm going to align these, and just like that. So this is going pretty quick here. And I'm going to group, which will make it a ring. And then I'm just going to position it somewhere up over here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to grab these and group them. Okay, happy with that there. And next thing I want to do is I want to go and grab my Wall Street Bets logo here. And I'm going to size this in proportion by holding the Shift key down and grabbing one of these corners. And I'm just going to go like that. Now, I want to also make sure it's at 3 so that it's nice and flush. And this is, again, where you're going to use some of your own judgment around what your design looks like. I'll just make it a little bit lighter color there for a second. Different color so everybody can see it. So that'll look pretty good. I'm happy with that positioning. Now, I'm going to go and take my diamond over here. And if we talk about diamond hands, right? That's holding till the end there. So I can maybe position it right about there. That looks pretty good. I'm going to have it standing up a little bit, right? So that it is clear what's in his hands there. And I'm going to Control D to make an exact copy. Just going to slide it over here. And I'm going to keep them. Yeah, let me see what that looks like here. Again, right, this is where design is a little bit of art. You want to figure out for yourself what looks good. Oh. Click on that one here. All right, maybe that's a little bit better. I can lower that here. yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, now I'm going to add my rocket in here, and then before I group everything again, I'm just going to check all the dimensions here, and so that it will, let me get a little closer for everybody there. Okay, this one's 3 high, and I'm just going to actually put this on a little bit of an angle here. So I'm fighting against there. Okay, that looks good. I might actually make this rocket a little bit bigger so it'll print a little nicer. And when I adjust that here, I also want to just check, yeah, make it 3 so it's flush. I'll just check these. So it's good to 3, and I made a copy there. So that should be 3. This is also 3. And then we can quickly add in some text here. So let's go and add in the $GME here, $GME, which is the symbol for GameStop, $GME. And of course you can, if there's other stocks that you're interested in, you can certainly change it. Let me see here what that looks like. Make a little smaller here. Okay. There. Yeah, okay. And then I'll just confirm that this is also 3 and fix that. Okay, so everything is looking nice and flush. We're pretty much done. All right. There we go. So I'm going to group everything here. I'm happy with that. And there we go. So you can print that out on a 3, or you can export it. I'll show you how to do that. If you have a 3D printer at home, or have access to a 3D printer somewhere, all you're going to do is you're going to click on your backpack tag here or your keychain tag, hit export, and then save it as an STL model, which can then be used for your slicer, where you import it and then prepare your file for printing. So thank you for tuning in. This is our Wall Street Bets tutorial on creating a keychain tag. Thanks, everybody.